Hey, what is good? It is the dawn of anime midnight, and I'm here with a what if they knew Nin episode, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. And it is going to be about Tanjirou from the Demon Slayer anime / manga. And I have two things that I want to say off back about this. One, go watch the show, okay? I love it. I am. And two, there will be some spoilers in this episode. Also, follow me on Twitter. I got my Instagram down below. Follow the homies. Just look, if it's in the description, click on it. And without further ado, let's talk about what if Tanjirou knew Nin. So, Tanjirou. First, to figure out what Nin type he is, obviously, we gotta know his personality in any anime, but especially this one. He's a super kind individual. He definitely wants to focus on protecting others, the well-being of others, and just being an overall good person. You actually get to see this in episode 2 of the anime, where he wants to get a basket for reasons that I won't spoil if you haven't seen it yet, but he wants to get a basket, and the basket's tore up, it has holes in it, and the person he's trying to get it from is like, yeah, you can have it, it's fine, like, just take it. You can take the straw too, like, to go fix it. And he was like, okay, let me pay you. And the guy was like, nah, I don't want your money. And he was like, I'm gonna pay you. He was like, no. Yes, and they went in that back and forth. Like, he forced himself to pay him, because he just felt like that was the right thing to do. And it's called Demon Slayer, so you'll be spoiled that there's demons in it. You just don't pay attention to the name. But it's mentioned that even when having to kill demons, he has empathy for them. There's an overwhelming kindness that comes from Tanjirou. He's also pretty blunt when it comes to things. Just kind of one of those natural, innocent bluntness that comes from characters. I'm actually just started watching One Piece. I know, way late, but it's something that the beginning episodes, at least, of Luffy has. It's one of those, it's not a mean bluntness, it's just what he thinks he says. So how do I think that transitions into his Nin type? I honestly think that Tanjirou would be an enhancer, mainly because he kind of wears his emotions on his sleeve. It's very out there, it's very noticeable, and I think, like a lot of shonen shows, it's like that because he's the main character and they want you to understand them in a more in-depth manner versus just projecting random thoughts and opinions on this character. So, with him being an enhancer, if you watch these episodes before, you should know the deal. They're good with, obviously, the enhancing ability, but also have a tendency to be good at transmutation and being an emitter. Because of how Demon Slayer works, these characters normally use swords. So I think he would use a technique called Show. Which Show basically just allows them to use their Nin and place it on an object. And I think he would place it on his sword to make it stronger, really more durable, because he uses a katana and katanas break easily. And you'll see throughout the series that actually will become an important factor for him and his fighting style. And I think being able to use this and enhance his sword to a spot where it doesn't break will allow him to do a much better job fighting demons. I don't think it'll change his fighting style, which within the show is called their breathing style. It's the breath of, and then fill in the blank. I don't think he'll change that up. They don't really explain that much, to the best of my knowledge anyway, of how they differ. You just get to see them in different ways, and they all kind of fight in different styles. But I don't think that changes. I think he was trained in it, and he continues to be trained in it, regardless of his Nin type. But something that he lacks is any type of long-ranged attack, which is very common for enhancers anyway. So I think he might use his transmutation and his emitter ability to kind of increase his range with his blades. I don't think he goes into the type of form of using balls of energy. I think he just increases his blade just by increasing the aura that he has and keeps it in the format of a sword. That way he can continue to use his training and apply his nin to it without having to adjust much to anything else. Where I think if he tries to add balls of energy or balls of aura to keep a distance, that would change his style entirely. I also think, like most enhancers, he would enhance certain parts of his body. I think he would normally enhance his ability to see, because that would really help him keep an eye on the characters, or actually his ability to sense smells. You see that in the first 2 episodes, so it's not a big spoiler. He has a keen sense of smell. Being able to use that to tell the difference between allies and enemies in all different scenarios, I think would be helpful. And also, obviously, his legs and arm strength and things of this nature, depending on when he needs to use it. Overall, I don't think Tanjirou changes much, and this is more so based off of how Demon Slayer works in certain concepts that I don't want to spoil about this show that have to be done in order to kill certain demons. So those are my thoughts and opinions on it. If you've watched this show, please, tell me what you think about the show. I love the show. It's currently my favorite thing to watch of this spring season that we're in. It's my favorite thing to read currently as well. I can't wait for it to drop on Sundays on the Shonen Jump app. I love this show. I'm probably going to actually buy the physical volumes of this as well, so I can have all of them and just kind of keep up to date with them. I adore the show so much. So let me know if you've seen it, what you think of the show. I really want to do more Demon Slayer content. I just haven't figured out what I want to do, because I don't want to do anything super spoiler heavy, and it's so new that I just haven't really figured out an idea of what I want. But yeah, that's where we're going to end this episode of What If They Knew Nin. I am your Don of Anime Midnight, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. Peace.